Welcome back to the channel. We are hitting a push day today. It is now week 3 of the mesocycle now complete. Now, if you haven't seen last week's videos, I'm going to put a little card on the very top right. So pretty much today is week 3 of our cycle. We are now going to do a push session at Oxygen. It is now 10:40 at night and on a Monday. So we just finished up work. We are going to have our pre-workout right here, which is these days is 1 scoop of non-stim, 1 scoop of stim, because we are training at nighttime and we don't want to have a negative effect on our training and of course our sleep. So we're gonna have this now, and then we also had our pre-workout meal, which I'm gonna put the macros and the photo over here. So it was pretty much about 135 grams of cream of rice. It was 100 grams of banana, or roughly about that. And then, of course, I added my heart cell to it for extra sodium for my training. And I also just added Milo because I forgot my blueberries today and that wasn't anything in the team room. So that went down. That's all good. I did have that approximately about an hour and a bit from now. So it is fully digested now, which means it is perfect time for me to hit a session. We are trying to aim for our pre-workout carbs, especially when there's no added fat. Like you probably saw, only about 9 grams of fat. So we're trying to hit like an hour or to an hour and a half of my first working set, which if I get my ass in the gym now, it'll probably be around an hour and a half, which is bang on the money. So it's fully digested. We're all still the same calories as last time. So about 3,000 calories, 180 grams of protein around about, and about 350 grams of carbohydrates and 80 grams of fat is the current macro breakdown. We do have our coconut water as our intra as per usual, and we also have our maltodextrin. So maltodextrin is pretty much a carbohydrate powder, which pretty much is like the leanest way we can get some extra carbs into our diet without having to, of course, expand our stomach, and pretty much it's in water. So the absorption rate is almost instant. So that's enough yap. We're gonna go straight into the gym now, and we're gonna hit our first chest exercise. So meet you in the gym. Alright, so I just realized that actually this is the first time me recording my push segment of the mesocycle split. So what we actually got today is a pec fly, then a chest press, then 2 shoulder exercises, calves, and then triceps. So that's our day today. Of course, the calves are sprinkled in for the extra volume throughout the week. So that's enough yap. We got 8 to 12 here. I'm not too sure what kind of weight I could do with this machine, because typically I do this Monday at Powerhouse. So obviously that comes to a close as of this Wednesday. So I am gonna have to try and test out and figure out my new baseline for these exercises at this gym, of course. So we're gonna see how we go. I've got 80 kilos on the board now. Hopefully I can do this well with good set and good reps, good contraction and extension, of course, not trying to shrug up like I always do. So we're gonna see how we go and then gauge on how many reps we're supposed to do, and then we'll see how we go. So it is rest and reserve for 0 to 1 today. So first sets first. Okay, that is a set of 12. So we're gonna probably stay at this weight for set number 2, because we're gonna do 2 sets and then we move on to a decline chest press. So on to set number 2. Fuck, come on. That was shit. Reason why I say is because I did hunch over a lot on that second last rep and overcompensate with my shoulders, so that's not what I tried to do on the last rep. And then as soon as I tried to do my last rep, I knew I couldn't get any more, so that was shit. That was 7 clean ones though, I believe, or 6 clean ones. I didn't hit my rep range, which is annoying, but that's okay, always next time. As for now, we're gonna go onto a decline chest press. So I'm gonna go pick out the amazing amount of fucking machines we got here. So yeah, overwhelming a little bit, but we'll pick one, we'll stick to it, and then we'll move on. Second exercise now, we're gonna do a decline chest press. So after walking around this floor, I finally got this machine here. It's kind of modular where it's a decline and also a flat. So I made the seat a little bit forward, put this back, and made this super far back. So now it's a decline. I got 3.5 plates now on the board. We're supposed to do 5 to 7 reps. RIR is 0 to 1. So I'm not too sure how much weight I can do. We're gonna see how we go. Hopefully aim for 5 at least. So set number 1. Okay, that was 6. Set number 1 done. I think set number 2 is a bit higher reps now. So what we'll do is we'll take off the 10s and then hopefully get that rep range. Okay, that was 8. That was good. Definitely felt my triceps feel at the end, but you know what? That's fine. Aim of the game. All right, now onto our next exercise, which is for our shoulders. So we're gonna do a machine shoulder press. So there's so many here, but what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one that's on the Smith machine, and I'll tell you why in a second. So let's head over there. Now, you're probably thinking, Nate, this doesn't look like a Smith machine. So what I mean by a Smith machine is that this is on tracks. Like, imagine the amount of stability you have on a machine like this compared to a normal Smith machine. So the reason why I like this one rather than normal Smith machine is because look at the amount of angles you can actually have your hands. So you can have it like this, which is like more of a neutral grip. So your hand is a lot closer to your front delt and your elbow path is in front of you. So it's a lot more tricep involvement compared to out here. Or if you feel more comfortable and you wanted to push a bit more forward to yourself, you can come out here. So the range that you have here is just so much more than a typical Smith machine. And the stability is incredible. And it is such a heavy machine, which is what I love. Like, I want a machine to be 1, stable, 2, comfortable, and 3, very good progressive overload potential. And this is exactly all 3, because the amount of potential you have here is that it's loadable on not one side, but actually both sides. So the amount of plates that you can actually put on here is a lot more than the typical other ones what you have here at Oxygen Gym, where it's only 1. So this is actually 2. So you can put a lot more plates on it. And right now I have 1 plate on either side and I feel it, like really feel it. So we're gonna go for 8 to 12 here. Hopefully I get 8, but no hopes. We'll see how we go. So
don't forget to refuel. Swing by the muscle bar for fun, energy drinks and post-workout snacks to keep you going strong.
all right, set number 1, 8 done. There was no chance I was getting another one, so I'm happy with that. We're gonna go set number 2. I think is set rep range, so we might drop it down from a 20 to maybe 15, and then go for set number 2. All right, so we have our second exercise for our shoulders. We are doing a machine lateral raise. So there's only one lateral raise machine in the entire gym that you absolutely cannot skip, and it's this one here. So the reason why I say that is because the stretch that you get here and the constant tension is unrivaled to any other machine here. So They have an adjustable platform to raise and above to make sure your shoulder is in line with these pivot points over here. And then it's just incredibly loadable, like I talked to you before, the 3: stability, loadability, and enjoyment or comfort, or whatever the hell I said. And this ticks all 3 again. So we're gonna do this for 2 sets, 8 to 12, and then we're gonna go to arches, which is about your rear delts, and then we're gonna do calves, and then triceps, and then call it a day. So to make sure this video doesn't get to like 25 minutes long or 30 minutes long, we're gonna move on, and then I'm gonna do 2 sets here, and then go. 10. Oh, come on, 10, come on. Oh, nah. 2. Oh. Oh man. Okay, so next exercise now is an archer rear delt row, I think it's called. So what it actually is for your rear delts, and the function of your rear delts, like I've mentioned a lot of times, is for your shoulder and your arm to come like this, all the way back, and that contraction is where that rear delt is. So shoulder abduction and contraction, kind of pretty much. So what it is exactly that movement, but we're gonna allow our left shoulder, in this case, to rotate over, get a good stretch, and pretty much drive with your elbow all the way back into that retraction and contracting your rear delt. So without shrugging up, you wanna extend and then contract it all the way back, training just that partial motion. So like this, stretch it over, and then drive with your elbow all the way perpendicular to the line of action. So we're gonna do that for about 15 kilos, for about 10 to 15 rep range is the target rep range we're going for. So I'm not too sure how much we'll go. We'll go 15 now, and we'll see how we go. So we do 2 on our right, 2 on our left. And in this case, I believe my right is stronger in here, so I'm gonna go left first and then right. So, second set here now. I just did my first set for 15 kilos for 11 reps. Now we're gonna do 10 kilos for hopefully about 12 or 15. So one cue I'm really trying to think of is trying to raise my elbow, because if you put your elbow down, it's kind of just more of a row and you don't want to involve your traps at all. So try and keep your elbow up and then really just use your rear delt and keep this line of action dead straight. With my shoulder being dead on, or at least almost dead on, and needs a kind of natural position for my rear delt to activate. Because if I do it like this, it's a lot different to me trying to pull like this. Of course, you can pull a lot more weight here, but that's not the goal here. The goal is not move weight, the goal is to train the muscle. So we're gonna go in this line of plane, all the way down, get a good stretch, and then really just allow our shoulder to naturally come across ourselves and then contract that rear delt. So we're gonna do our right arm now. With 10 kilos this time, second set. That's 1. That's 2. All right, boys, so we're now doing our seated calf raise. We've got 4 sets from 15 to 20 reps. So pretty much I'm gonna be cooked after this. So we got the Gymlurker machine here. It's really good because it has like an automatic like lift off. Not other machines really have that. So we're gonna do 4 sets here. I'm not gonna make you watch all 4 sets, of course, but it is very important that the aim of the game is to get the volume spread out across the week, especially when I'm trying to bring up my legs, and calf being you know, of course, a big part of your legs. To have that volume spread out throughout your week is very, very important. So I'm happy that we have a calves in our chest day. It's just I'm not gonna make you watch it. Simple as that. So I'm gonna do my 4 sets. I'm not too sure what kind of weight I'm gonna do, but I guess I'll figure it out after. So we're gonna do this, and then we'll do a bit of triceps, which you'll get to see, and then we'll call it a day. So onto my 4 sets here. All right, so last exercise of the day. Just a quick recap for the calf raise. I did 4 sets, 60 kilos, 24 reps, then 20, then 20, and then 16 reps. So that is good. There's a lot more to improve there, but for now, we're gonna focus on our last tricep exercise, which is a crossbody extension. Now, the trick with this one is that the coach, Kyle, he has given us a rep goal. So what that means is he's given us a range between, which actually is 1 to 24 reps. So we pick a weight we can do, and then we're gonna keep going for as many sets as we possibly can until we get out of that rep range. So I'm gonna do 10 kilos and then see if I can get that 24, and then we're gonna only rest in between sets 20 seconds. And then as we go, the reps will get progressively lower, lower, lower until we're outside of that rep goal, of course. So we're gonna see how we go. I'm gonna be very conservative. I'm gonna do 10 kilos and then see how we go, because I do fatigue very fast. So I'm not too sure if I can do 15. I'm tossing up between 15 and 10 kilos, but I think we'll be conservative. And then we'll do 10 kilos. We'll let our elbows raise a little bit, a good extension, a good contraction, and yeah, see how many sets we do with 20-second rest. All right, that's 24 reps for 10 kilos, done pretty easy. So we're gonna rest for 20 seconds and then set number 2. All right, 18. Set number 2, I knew I was gonna start fatiguing fast, so wait for 20 seconds, again, another one. All right, 14. 9. All right, definitely feeling the burn now, that's for sure. All right, 20 seconds again. 9 again. All right, that's done, that's a wrap. That was 9 again. I'm not gonna get any better than that. So, call it quits. Let's check the pump. All right, that is push day now done. That is the first recorded session that I've actually done for this push day on this mesocycle, because typically, like I said, we do this usually at Powerhouse. So Wednesday this week is the last day for Powerhouse. So it's good that I got a baseline for this push day. So of course we can move on from there. But let's see how we go. We are currently 86.2 as of this week. And hopefully next week we see the calories get pushed up a little bit more than 3,000 flat right now. But yeah, let's see how we look. Okay, so clearly fluffy, no doubt about that, but definitely still full, that's for sure. Triceps is pumped. Of course, it just finished up that exercise you just saw. So let's do a side chest. This is left arm first. Bicep is pretty full on the left arm. Good side tricep. not bad. All right, right arm first. Right arm next, sorry. Okay, that's not bad. Cupping the opposite shoulder, keeping arm dead straight. It's not bad. Side tricep on my right, which is my weaker side. Yeah, not great. Of course, we could be fuller, but nonetheless, the shoulders is not bad. The progression is there. As much as I like to say that it's not, this is not a bad composition for 86. So I've had worse. So I am pretty happy with the composition at the moment, and especially how my legs are traveling right now. I am pretty happy. So, anyways. That is enough for today's session. Thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna put a please subscribe on this shoulder and then just a random video on that shoulder. So, of course, thank you very much. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.